We have the couple. I can maybe stand here so you can see the couple house, the single house, and the family house. And the couple house here goes one more floor up, and then we put the roof. The middle house is at the roof level, and we will start building the roof now. And then the family house at the far end goes 2 more floors up. So that's at the first floor level, and we are starting to build the walls up there. At the back of the structure we have, should we walk and I'll show you. We have the ramps going up this way.
So that's a handicapped access?
Yes, it's all like all ramps, no steps anywhere. We have ramps going up and at the back. We have a large hall here, which is a shared space for the 3 houses. And the hall has a fireplace and a children's play area and a small corner for guests to stay. Like it's like a guest bedroom also. So we're trying to encourage the idea of co-housing in Auroville, that we should not make individual prisons for ourselves in apartments and all caged and with walls and all that, but we should try and open up our houses to each other a little bit.
And you have a laundry or shared facilities like that?
Towards the far end we have a room, which is the systems room. You can see the door there at the far end. That keeps all the batteries and all the water systems and the laundry. So the laundry is shared, a drinking water filter is shared, and the collective meeting space is shared. Altogether, the space between the private and the shared space is equivalent to what a standard apartment is in Auroville, but we try to emphasize the shared aspect, so we increase the areas there.
And what are they doing here?
Here they're trying to get sand out. It's all wet, and they're trying to mix mortar in the wheelbarrow and then take it to this wall, which is being built with rubble, with demolition waste. You see, this is from the Matri Mandir, and all this gets into a landfill normally, and it stops the rain from entering the ground because it forms an impervious kind of layer
in the landfill.
So once you rescue that, we can actually use it to build walls in what you call random rubble style of building. And so we have to, it's like a jigsaw, you have to fit the pieces together. It takes a little more time, but once you fit the pieces you get a good tight fix. Now this is a steel rod you place in this wall to integrate a wooden column into the wall. We'll have wooden columns wherever you see steel rods. You see, we put wooden columns, and then we put a roof. And originally we were planning to use steel roofs, but we've decided to switch that to green roofs. So we said that with a similar cost we can actually do a simple green roof with.
And do you need an impervious layer on top, and what is that?
And what we're planning is a simple plastic sheet with pebbles on top, and with the root barrier, which is the netting, you know, the green netting. We put 3 layers of that. That creates a barrier for the roots, and then you put grow media like broken pots. You know. We don't use earth because we want to use the water that comes out for rainwater harvesting. So we use a grow media which does not leach sediments into the water. And the grow media would hold the roots and allow for wild plants like flowering plants, the hardy variety which grows even in the summer on the roadsides.
But wouldn't it evaporate too quickly for the plants? Yeah, from the media, from the grow media. If it's running through and then evaporating, would the plants be able to survive still? You'd have to water them.
Tends to soak. We've made a small sample in International House. We made a patch, and we realized that there is moisture, And you know, in the summer, in the peak of summer, they dry. They dry out, the plants. And then the first rain, they're back again. It's pretty much like you see on the roadside. It's all very dry in the summers. And then suddenly
they're grasses that come back.
Yeah, they just come back in the rain. And we found that is better than actually farming on the roof. So here they're actually putting the mortar in the groove.
So do you need a professional mason to do this?
You see up there, that's Subramani. He's actually built the whole center guest house, all the buildings there he's built. He's now moved out of there and he's more or less directing the masonry. And with small issues, he's more like a trainer. He trains the volunteers how to handle and how to. So this is a pan mixer which is normally used in an earth block making machine. It's part of hydroformed earth block making machine. And we tried using this to increase the speed of cob production. And we realized that throughout it's okay, but at the end when we put the straw, it tends to get stuck. So there is a time lag when you have to open it up and manually remove the cob from the machine. And that put together, it was equivalent to the foot mixing process with the tops there. You see the tops are now empty, but the mixing by feet method was in all the same time that it takes. So we figured using less diesel makes more sense. With this machine you were using a generator and spending a lot of carbon on the mixing process, and we said doing it without that makes more sense.
So how do we go inside?
We can go this way. Watch your step. That's the inside of the house, and that's the profile of the steps going up.
So what are we seeing in this? It's cob?
This is all pure cob, no cement at all. And this part from here down has got 2% cement. So we said that we'll stabilize the whole wall up to the sill level. This is the sill. Up to this level we stabilize the wall to prevent any damage due to flooding. Now we said the maximum possible flood level in this area is far less than this. So from this point we start with.
And what's the roof?
The roof is going to be a tile roof, a simple traditional terracotta roof, which is...
Those are fired?
It is
fired tiles?
Fire tiles, but recycled from old buildings. So we don't buy fresh tiles.
Huh.
We realized that the tiles from very old buildings are much more durable than the tiles that you get now off the shelf. And the new tiles cost 30 rupees a piece and the old tiles cost 5 rupees a piece. And they're much more durable. so why go for new tiles? Because the process has changed now. They're trying to save the fuel and the mix is not so good. And there's so many reasons why inferior quality tiles are being sold now. And even with the AHA school building that we did, we used old tiles and in perfect condition. Not one tile had to be replaced now. It's 2 years. Till now there's no issues with the leak, the roof leaking or any such thing. And the great thing about tiles is that it's so low tech that you can fix it. Some tile cracks, you just go up and change the tile. You don't need an expert to come and do that for you. Earth that he's standing on is actually the layer from the previous day. It's still a bit moist and fluid, and he's putting more earth with straw on it, and afterwards there will be somebody else who will walk on this with shoes with spikes. Now those shoes are here. They're on the other side.
Special shoes?
Special shoes which have spikes on them. And that introduces the straw from the upper layer into the lower layer. So the straw gets sort of woven, interwoven.